in. How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Need for Speed Underground. So we're just gonna be continuing. Seems that there is still quite a lot to do, so I still calculate that well, obviously we're not halfway through since there are 111 events, but I think that I don't know if today we're gonna be halfway through. It's gonna be hard to predict, but anyways, let's just get into it. At least the events here seem like, you know, the ones for today seem like they were cool enough. Like, it didn't start with drag or with drift, so that's nice. It's a good way to warm up. I like how the longer you go, these cars resemble less and less being, you know, actual factory cars. Pretty nice. So far, regardless of how tuned these cars look, they still, like, the AI hasn't gotten to the point where it's actually an issue to it, with the exception of the drag races. The drag races are a different story. But yeah, these ones, the regular races, seem to be nothing out of the ordinary for now. We will see how long it lasts. I will expect that at some point I will actually struggle to to win. Well, in fact, here you have the second place. Well, yeah, right there. I kinda hit him, not on purpose, mind you, it just was a little accident. Yeah. It happens, you know. Well, there are a lot of places here where overtaking is not a very solid choice at all. You don't really get many benefits from... Oh, fuck. Well, that's bad. It's fine though. I mean, keep in mind that this is elimination, so... Well, I almost got eliminated in another way. Well, we stopped one car, but not the other. Well, okay, you know, that other one stopped himself. Nice. Yeah, but we're fine. And keep in mind that I still have the Nitro. The Nitro is a last resort. Though, at least the Nitro that I have right now is not very impressive at all. Really, fuck. Like, it doesn't... You don't notice the difference too much. It's mostly noticeable, of course, when you're doing the drag events, but in actual races it feels like it's such an inconsequential boost that you might as well not even do it. And well, even if you do it, it lasts for so little that it's not gonna be useful for too much. You see, for example, here in the entirety of this race I haven't used it even once. And even if I had used it, it would have been like, what, 2 seconds faster in the whole race, not in one lap, you know? Nice. Also, I think that the animation, like, the scene of when you win kinda changes the longer you progress. As here you have all of these guys surrounding me. I don't think that happened before, right? I guess the more you get reputation, though I think that reputation is exclusively for the cosmetics you install, right? Like here, that reputation, it's been like that for a while, so I don't think it has to do with that. Though there's also style points, and that does have to do with the progression, so I'm not sure.
you're gonna prove yourself and get into Eddie's posse. Man, I crack myself up.
What do you mean one day I'll prove myself? Prove myself to who? Didn't I already beat your ass? Like, these people talking shit as if they didn't get their ass beaten. Or maybe this was a new one. What is this guy's name? Kinda didn't pay attention. Was Kurt or something? Yeah, Kurt. Well, to be fair, I don't remember if I raced that guy or not. Sorry, Kurt, you're not important enough. Just in case there's any doubt, drafting is a thing even in regular races. You gotta be quite close, but yeah, it is a thing. The classic slipstream, oh shit. Well, that guy is not gonna recover, but I do have one guy very close to me here. I think it's the guy with the Supra, right? Yeah, and it's not Kurt, it's some other random guy. Yeah, that's a Supra. Okay. Oh, that's a short. Wait, what? No, that's not a shortcut, or is it? It is. He's still going. I thought that he crashed, but no, that cannot be a shortcut, dude. Like, if that's a shortcut, I don't know where it's gonna exit. No, like, you fucked yourself right there. Well, sure, I'll take it. Like, sometimes you gotta be glad to not follow what the CPU does. I mean, keep in mind that this whole map, so far for what I've seen, this whole map is a single place with different, you know, paths, but it's still one single place, so that path he took, it could have worked in some other track, but not in this one. Well, should have looked at the minimap. There is a minimap for a reason, you know? Like, the minimap is there, so you can see where to go. Actually, look at it. Like, in fact, I think that most of the accidents that I get against traffic cars, for example, is mostly because I'm paying attention to the minimap. But it's not a bad thing at all, because you can see that a lot of corners are not extremely predictable. It doesn't matter whatsoever because I win. So yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit hard to take any of the characters in this game seriously when they are such colossal shovers, you know? Like, I don't know what these guys are trying, but whatever they are trying is probably not working. Though yesterday a couple of people that already play this game came into the chat and told me that there are hard events in like the 90, like the event number 90 something is hard. I don't know what's the idea of spoiling like that, but regardless of that, apparently the game will get harder. But that's another thing, you never know, because maybe it's only hard for them. What if it's not hard for me? I don't know. Nice. That's a great way to start. So far we've seen that the drift events are, as long as you get into to the white stripes, they are free to win. But we will see how long that lasts. I mean, if events indeed get hard, then this probably wouldn't be free anymore. Possibly. Also, I'm not particularly sure how, like, when do the rivals' points get counted? Like, do they go at their own pace, or do they kinda follow you where you are? I don't know. I think it's mostly supposed to be that, like, they follow where you are and they add points around the places that you're currently going. In which case, right now, I'm, you know, defeating them by a lot. Like, it's not even close. I mean, I'm glad, because if these drift events were hard, I will be very annoyed. Not to mention the lack of music. I mean, not like I'm the biggest fan of the music in this game, but yeah, it does sound pretty silly, just hearing the drifting without music. Well, got it. The final points are essentially not much different than how they were, you know. Nissan. Well, now I'm 19 drift. Okay. It's also very weird how random, like, the cutscenes and the audios are, you know? Like, it seems like they come out of nowhere. Like, they don't really represent any important event most of the times, but they don't appear always, so it's like, you know, sleeper cars. Yeah, so you can say that the visual upgrades increase the reputation multiplier, and the style points gives you rewards. So theoretically, what I should be doing now is install a lot of cosmetic upgrades, so I can unlock more stuff. It's just that, do I really care about unlocking more stuff? Because I'm pretty sure that the performance upgrades get unlocked in specific events. They don't depend on style points, and unlocking other cars or cosmetic parts is something that I don't really care about. So I think until the game forces me again to have a certain reputation threshold, I don't think I'm gonna bother changing it. Though I do agree that the way that my car looks right now is a little bit ugly, so maybe not just because of the multiplier, but because of the way it looks. I probably should change it. That's... I thought I had completely avoided him, but no, I did not. Yeah, and you wanted me to see that guy? How exactly? On that uphill? Right. How did you want me to guess he was there? I wonder. Well, the end is close, so I'm a little bit afraid. I have nitro, I could use it here, I guess. You can tell that the nitro barely even makes a difference. But actually wasn't as close as I thought, like the finish line. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, someone is spinning. I don't care who that is. I care that I win. Okay. Not bad. So then again, the multiplier here, even though it can help you a little bit, it's not gonna do much for small amounts anyways. If you get like 500 points instead of getting 1,000, now you will get like what, 2,000, which yes, it's more than 1,000, but not by that much. All right, we got a circuit. Then with 6 laps, okay. There's another one of number 9 thingy. Yeah, I guess I could start like visually customizing it a little bit more. But I don't know, like part of me wants to do it and another part of me just wants to keep going with the absolute minimum. No, I mean, in the case of the visual stuff, it's not like... Wow, okay. It's not like it will affect the challenge, like performance upgrades will. But I guess at the same time, it's nice to, you know, space a little bit the visual changes. If I do it too early, I probably will stick with those changes for a long time. Well, I mean, not necessarily, but there's gonna be 6 laps. Well, at least a single lap is more or less 1 minute. The guy also couldn't do the corner. I also know how expensive visual upgrades are. These bumpers that I purchased, I think that they were 500 each or something like that. That's not that expensive, but since there are so many visual components, and I think that the higher level ones are worth like 1,000, that could quickly become a large amount of money. Okay, there is no way these guys are doing these corners legally, right? Like, how will they even manage to make a corner like that? Something that I noticed since the beginning of the game, like the AI is capable of doing the corners super well. I think it makes much sense. Like the wide corners, yes, you can do them without even using the brakes, without even reducing your speed. Like, you don't need to leave the accelerator or anything like that. But for a corner like this one, well, I do admit that my racing line there was absolute shit, but yeah, I cannot do what these guys do. On the right side, that corner comes after the finish line, so it wouldn't be possible that because of it I lose the race. Unless I cannot overtake my opponent for the rest of the lap, which could happen, but... This Supra is... oh, it's there. Ah, that was very bad. Oh, there is a respawn, huh? Wasn't aware of that. So if you go completely off track, it lets you respawn. Pretty cool. Well, thankfully this is not the final lap. If it was the final lap, it would be pretty possible that I will just lose. Pretty bad. I hope he fails that jump. No, he's there. I'll take this shotgun for the first time in the race. Okay, I cannot do the corner faster than that, so I think the Supra is absolutely full of shit. Like, there is no way he can do it that well. Because even if there are some performance upgrades I still haven't installed, it shouldn't make that much of a difference with the handling. Uh-oh, that's bad. Could have been worse. Whoever is there is also very, very close. Still have the nitro though. We're fine. Okay. Yeah, that was a relatively long race. Apparently this was only for the 9th position, so I wanna imagine how long the one for like the number 1 position is gonna be. Is it gonna be full on endurance? It could be. I wouldn't mind, but at the same time losing something like that. Because this is not like Gran Turismo where if you know you have a good pace.
Guess I'm gonna leave these lovely ladies behind and teach you a driving lesson. Girls, I'll be back real quick.
Okay. In Gran Turismo, you can tell that if your pace is, you know, a certain pace, you won't lose no matter how long the race is. But in a game like this, where the AI is made to always be near you, anything can change at any moment. Not to mention how risky a lot of paths are. Wow, 2 over revs. Great start. Oh, nice dodge. Okay, unless one of these guys crashes, I'm not winning this. No. No, no one crashed. Damn it. Damn it, dude. Notice how so far, well, I guess with the exception of time trial, we got every single type of event in this stream so far, and the only one that is requiring like multiple attempts from me is drag. Of course, it couldn't be any other way. It's fine. I know how close the other guys are. Well, apparently not very close. Did they all crash? It's possible. It's possible they all crash. No, they didn't. Actually, they finished like within like a second and a half. Alright. Well, cool. I guess that was a good race. The drag events are clearly the hardest ones for now. But if that were to change, will that be an issue? If another one becomes the harder one? I don't know. No love from Kurt. Another 6-lap race.
This should be easy. Hey, what happened? Did everyone crash in your last race? That's the only way I can figure you even made the rankings.
Dude, Import Racer is looking for cover cars. How cool is that? You win and you're in.
Yeah, I don't know why this Kurt guy is talking so much shit. Like, you already got beaten multiple times. Like, what makes you think I cannot do it again? Also, how is it going, Hill? Alright. Let's try again. Well, I say again. Let's try again in the sense that let's beat Kurt again. Because apparently last time was not enough. Not to mention, Kurt, you're the one with the Supra, are you not? Like, how does it feel to know that a sports car... Ouch. Actually, I don't think he's the one with the Supra here. I think he had the white car, and that one wasn't a Supra. He has the RSX. Will be. Well, the point is, both cars are supposed to be sport cars. So how does it feel to lose to a commute car like the 200 seats? Ah, shit. No problem. See, like, this lap was terrible, but since it's 6 laps, restarting here makes no sense. There is enough time to play catch up. Well, in fact, we were so far behind, and now all of a sudden we are so far ahead. Okay, taking this shortcut is probably a horrible idea, because trying to get into the inner side of the shortcut, which is the safe path, requires way too much braking. Probably not a good idea. You know, I've been thinking, is it possible to completely soft lock your progress in this mode? Because there are some parts where the game is like, okay, you cannot participate until you buy all the performance upgrades available, right? So let's say that you spend all your money on cosmetics and shit like that, or on trading in cars constantly. So if you were to do that, what happens? Like when one event requires you performance upgrades, like, because it's not like you can replay previous events. Or, well, maybe you can, but not, at least not in the option that I always pick to play events. Maybe another option lets you replay past events, but like, doesn't seem like there is a way to farm credits, right? So is it actually possible to softlock? That will be messed up. Like, you will have to be very bad spending money to somehow softlock. Not to mention that, like, all the money that I have right now is in part because I've been playing hard difficulty. But what happens if someone exclusively plays easy difficulty? Like, they will have like 3 times less money than the one I have right now. Well, maybe not that drastic, but it will have significantly less money. So, I mean, if they don't buy anything, it's not a problem. But if they do decide to start buying cosmetic upgrades and they eventually don't have money for the performance ones, then what? A game over? Start all over again? Or they will at least let you farm past events? I don't know. We'll probably have to check what the other options say, because I'm only picking the first one that like takes you to the next event straight away, but maybe there are some others that let you replay past ones. At the same time, if this game is trying to go for like a narrative, like with the storytelling and everything, that wouldn't really make sense to replay past events. Like, for example, this event is exclusively for beating Kurt and taking his place in the ranking, so I mean, not like that stop other games from allowing to replay events that are story based, like other games do that all the time, but I don't know. Wow, someone is gonna get lapped. Someone is 45 seconds behind. Well, at least it's not Kurt, but Kurt is 25 seconds behind. Like, are these guys even trying? Like, come on, dude. You're letting a 206 beat you like this. That's a shame for you, but I'll take it. That was so far the most free event that I played today. It's like very humiliating for everyone else involved. Import Racer puts you on the magazine. But I mean, actually, now that I think about it, almost all of the cars from this game are imports. The only exception is the Ford Focus, right? The Ford Focus is an American car, isn't it? I guess this one is French, for example.
The cover of Import Racer.
I think that these guys are trying to... are telling me to, you know, make my car look cooler, because their magazines are suffering. Yeah, well, according to this, no, you cannot replay past events. You can only play what is currently here. So, for example, right now, the only available event is this drift event. Oh, and this is a drift tournament, really? You need at least 2 stars? I think I have them. Oh, you mean the performance, okay. Do I have 2 stars? Yeah, I do have 2 stars. Alright, so you want all the performance shit that is available. Though, for a drift event, really? You think that this is gonna make a difference? I don't see how. If you say so. Not to mention that most of these modifiers are not really, you know. Oh, this increases the top speed by a lot. Hey, that's the thing, that this is not something that really... Well, tires do modify like the behavior of a drift a lot, I guess. And that's it, right? I guess the other ones is not here. Alright. You gonna let me in now? It requires 2 stars of reputation, and that's what I have, so not a problem. You're gonna let me enter now? Yes, you will. I wonder what's the one that will require 3 stars. Oh, wrong button. Hey, hold on, let me restart. I press circle because circle tends to be the handbrake in every racing game I play. But since in this one I decided to leave the default mappings, here it's R1. I think that these default mappings are good, even though they are not the ones I usually use. I mean, at least the most important buttons, which are accelerating and braking, are still there, you know. They are the same buttons I always use, which is cross for accelerating and square for braking, so at least that part is done. Right, so here these guys are actually fighting it out a lot more. Like I'm actually, I wouldn't say struggling to keep up, because I am keeping up well, but they are also extremely close to me. So this tournament might be hard to win. Oh, that sucks. That's gonna suck some balls. But at least I record the multiplier, so not bad. So that's a new car, isn't it? The one that is in second place, the Tiburon. That means shark in Spanish. Not sure which brand it is. Don't remember hearing about it before. Got it. But I think it was at least enough to win, so no problem. Yeah. Mr. Shark here is... and he's called Fish. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, technically the shark is a fish, but a little bit of a big one at that. So how many drift tracks are there? Because I don't think we're gonna be doing the oval ones. No, oh, this one is a new one, I think. Has some very weird shape. I'm a little bit scared here. Why is... okay, there we go. I guess no one else was scoring points. Everyone was at 0. Ah, that sucks. That's a shame. That might require a restart. So hold up, right here... seems that the white stripes are a lot more picky to give you extra points. As you can see, right? Like, I mean, I'm drifting in the white stripes and they are not really giving me any orange. Like, sometimes they do, but a lot of times they don't. It's a little bit weird. They made the hitbox more picky here or something. Probably. Well, still doesn't seem like it will be a problem to win. Oof, that was very close. In fact, right now I'm having a very strong lead. This one won't be a problem at all to win. I also don't know exactly how many events there are. Is it gonna be 3? I mean, the drag one was 4. At least the previous drag tournament was 4. I'm also unlocking vinyls, even though I don't think I'm really feeling the bar. Or maybe I am feeling the bar. I don't know. And the shape of these tracks gets weirder and weirder. One is at least more illuminated. It's a shame that even if you reach the 8,000, since they consider you to be too slow to give the multiplier, you cannot do it. It's a little bit annoying. It seems like it will be pretty hard to constantly maintain that multiplier, wouldn't it? Well, it's even harder if you crash like a moron. Like, the moment you exit the corner, it's like you lose all the mats out. At that point, like, if you try to keep going fast, some of the corners will be very hard to... like that. You know, I'm crashing a lot. I guess I'm crashing a lot simply because I know that no matter what, these guys are not beating me. So yeah, I'm not caring too much about keeping my score high. At least it was nice to max it out a couple of times. So are we done? Actually, yeah, I do get the... Yeah, we are done. Nice. And that also includes more upgrades that I'm not gonna install yet. Yeah, that's fine. Well, the drift events are definitely the ones that give you the biggest amount of style points. Because I mean, that's kinda the point of drifting. Alright. Brand new imports. I feel like the game, like in every event description, tries to like hype up the event, but it's like gameplay wise there's barely any difference, you know? Like I'm still battling it out against the same shovers. Not to mention on the same characters. Isn't that a Mitsubishi Lancer? Like that was one of the first cars that showed up as an unlock. But I don't know what brand new imports you're talking about. That one is definitely not brand new. Oh no, it's a different one. It's an Eclipse. Okay. Well, sure, but I don't think you're winning. But wasn't the Mitsubishi Eclipse the one? I think that was the car that I used for cruising on the Wii, right? I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was called Eclipse. I guess the part that I don't remember if it was actually a Mitsubishi or not. I think it was. Huh. I really like how, considering that there is no concept of crashes, in the sense that you cannot really respawn from crashing, and there is also no concept of, you know, well, no, pretty much that there is no concept of respawning from crashing. The most that you will see the cars doing is spinning very fast, which is pretty stupid. It looks funny. Well, spinning and also do all sorts of acrobatics. I mean, it just looks goofy, doesn't it? So are you gonna... There you go. I promise that that's the wrong way. And yeah, I think I'm not recovering from that. Maybe there is a button to manually respawn, but I don't think there is. But I lost that. That's very annoying. Like, if there was a button to immediately respawn, like, I obviously will do. But I think that all of the buttons are used. Like, square is acceleration. No, sorry. Square is brake. Cross is acceleration. Circle is look back. Triangle is change camera. L1 is nitro. R1 is drift. L2 is downshift. R2 is upshift. So select is the only one it could be, and it's not doing shit. So yeah, something tells me that there is no button to manually respawn, which is very weird because seeing an accident in slow motion like that doesn't seem very exciting when you're essentially eating shit, you know? Like, if it was like in the crash modes in Burnout where it slows down precisely because you're intended to cause the biggest crash possible, sure, but here you're not intended to crash, obviously, so showing it in slow motion doesn't really seem like a great idea. In fact, that's the thing that surprised me the most on the first race where you drive that Acura car. Like, you crash someone and it's just watch yourself crash, but in slow motion. Very weird. Oh, I also checked, by the way, Burnout 3 did release 1 year after this one. So at least you can kinda excuse Burnout 3 being a way superior game, because yeah, it came afterwards. It's just that there are also a lot of things that, for example, Burnout 2 had. And, well, for starters, the whole concept of crashing and respawning was something in Burnout 2. Well, even in Burnout 1. It's a little bit weird that this game doesn't have that concept. It seems like such a simple thing. Not to mention, didn't previous Need for Speed games have like a way to respawn from crashes? It's weird that this one doesn't, for some reason. Got him. Oh, I was very close to not getting them. So, what about your brand new imports now? Where are they? Well, I guess they are not so brand new anymore. Yeah, my import here is definitely not very brand new, and it's still collectively kicking all of your asses. So, yeah, play the spoiler.
Import sooner, dude. You want on their cover? You gotta win this next race.
Yeah, sure, I'll grab the 8th spot, I don't mind. I mean, doesn't make that much of a difference to me. I think that maybe the AI in the drift tournament was able to get more points. Like the one here seems to be doing significantly worse, so the problem is that here I understand the narrative of like taking the 8th place or like any of the places, right, to rank higher, but it seems a little bit weird when you're not really doing anything different, you know? Like, why did I get it here but I didn't get it in the... I didn't get it in the... how is it called? In the tournament. That was a lot harder. Not to mention that in the race events where theoretically you're taking them from another driver, that other driver doesn't really play a very important role. Like, it's not a 1v1 like I feel it should be. It's like he's simply one of the like one of the bunch is there, and you beat him but you also beat the other ones, and sometimes that driver is not even the fastest one there. So like these things about taking someone else's spot don't really feel very personal at all, you know. A hieroglyphics vinyl, huh? Interesting. Oh, there is a reward? Or is it just the magazine? I think it probably just means the magazine, right? I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Well, what do you mean? Import tuner.
The cover of Import Tuner makes your ride look like the meanest thing in the street.
Interesting cover. So that's my reward. Was expecting like something to install. I mean, the white background makes it look even funnier. You know, that's the reward. Okay, thanks for the reward. And we keep claiming spots. So I guess the description for most of the remaining events will be claim this and that spot, right? Well, technically there are 7 more, and there are 4 disciplines. Like you have sprint, circuit, drag, and drift. If we do 7 times 4, it's 28. It's not all of the remaining ones, but It's a big portion of the remaining ones that will simply be... Wait, 8 times 4 is 32. My bad, I'm stupid. 8 times 4, did I say 24? Oh, it's 32. Damn it. The mathematics are bad. The 32 is essentially half of the remaining events. So essentially half of the remaining events will be take this spot. Come on. Well, here might as well force the respawn. God damn it. Can it do this random traffic car showing out of nowhere? I don't think I'm recovering this. Yeah, well, no, the finish line is right there. I'm certainly not recovering. And it might be possible that the traffic gets even worse, so... That's an issue. Like, not now, but I mean in later events there might be a lot more traffic density. And if that's the case... I mean, the issue is that half of the traffic that you hit is things that you cannot possibly predict, because you don't see them until you already crash. Also, how is it going, Sunshine? I say 7 times 4 and say 28. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, that is correct, but... no, the thing is that it will be... Well, actually, no, you're right, it will be 7. It wouldn't be 8, because 8 is essentially the number I'm getting right now. Alright, yeah, my bad. Thanks for clarifying. So yeah, in that case, it will be 28, the remaining events related to ranks. And I didn't say 24. Yeah, well, that just goes to show you how sometimes I barely hear myself talk. And like sometimes I just let the words come out, but I'm not really listening to them. Alright, thanks. So yeah, 28 will be the remaining events then. The remaining events again that are related to ranks. Yeah, I'm doing well. Pretty much. Wait, my license plate? Did I lose my license plate in a crash? Just realized. I thought there was no visual damage. But I mean, I guess you can barely call that damage, but... Completely lost the plate that says underground. Alright. Yeah, I'm just doing basically the same thing I did yesterday. You know, nothing really new right now. I unlocked the Toyota Celica. That's pretty cool. Like, I still don't think I'm gonna switch my car. Because, see, here's the thing. There is, according to the game itself, like the UI of the game, there is no difference between cars in terms of performance, so why would I want to pick any other one? Not to mention that in a game like this, the whole point is that you represent the car that has always been there for you, right? So why will you want to pick any other one? You stay with it until the end. That will be the idea. Okay. Stay loyal. Yeah, that's my idea. Like, unless there really is something later on that requires you to switch car because otherwise you're not going anywhere, maybe. But if the performance is the same no matter what car you use, I don't see any reason to switch. You know? Ah, fuck. That was my bad. That was also my bad. Oh, I didn't see that fucking truck until it was too late. Fuck that up. Okay. Oh, block. I think he actually survived that. And he's actually going faster. Well, not to mention that other guy is going faster. Damn, drag events really are the problem of this game, huh? That was bad. Every time that we see a drag event, we have to mentalize ourselves that it's gonna take multiple attempts no matter what. But maybe the drags event will maybe be easier with another car, I don't know. Fuck. I mean, if second was enough, I would take it, but it's basically winning or nothing. Like, the game tells you, sorry, you lost this event. Well, screw you, what about Like, who are you to decide that getting second is losing? Some people say that being the second place is just being the first loser. But they can go suck a cog. A first cog, not a second one. Was paying so much attention to the fucking tachometer. Yeah, second place is podium finish. It's just that in this game, since you only fight against 4 cars, the podium is not really hard to get into, you know. I need to look back. Okay, the other guys for some reason stayed behind. Wow, and I actually blocked this guy very well. Damn, that was annoying. Yeah, I guess I got it. Oh, and that guy was a Miata. Like, I was thinking that maybe here it's because I'm not using like the latest cars, but the Miata is one of the first ones you could pick, so it's certainly not that. just that drag events are that hard. Yeah, whatever.
Small time. Forget about me? I didn't forget that you got lucky last race. Time for payback.
And Chad is salty. Say time for payback, but I don't know, dude. Last time you didn't look too strong. I don't think it's gonna change anything this time. I think that no matter what, no matter what your name says, I don't think that you are that much of a Chad driving, mister. Also, one of these opponents is a Volkswagen Golf, I think. Wonder what car Chad is using. Using the Celica. That's at least a cool car to be using. I don't know, you know, yesterday someone that really felt like spoiling for no reason said, hey, you should pick the RX-7 or the S2000 as soon as you can. So that makes me think that there is a difference between cars. Or maybe it's just that those were his favorite cars and he just wanted me to use them. I don't know. Hard to tell. Yeah. What the hell? Was a weird drift. Well, at least I gotta... Actually, never mind. I was gonna say I gotta give it to Chad that was an intense race, but he got last place. It was an intense race, not thanks to you. It's what I say, all these people in the game talking shit, and they are the same shitters that appear in every other event, you know? Like, there's nothing to set them apart. I mean, aside from the game pretending, you know? Also, I think that some of these descriptions are not really trying. This one say, keep your cool on this heated track. I think that's what it said. What sort of description is that, dude? Keep your cool? You're supposed to be a drift even. What do you mean keep your cool? That's kind of like the opposite of what you gotta do. There is a very tight corner, it feels like. Wait a second, all my opponents are 200 seats, really? Alright, well that's awkward. Seems that they all are trying to copy the best, huh? Understandable. Yeah, according to the game, I'm pretty far from being the best, you know, because I'm still only number 8 on all disciplines. Yeah, I don't know exactly how, since I just keep winning. I still crash. I didn't. It's like at this point I'm not really paying that much attention. I just don't. But it's not like I need to, I mean, well, not quite, but I'm almost like at double their score. So why would I need to worry, you know? Well, I don't know what your 200 seats were doing, but my 200 seats kick all of your asses. So yeah. Flames Hood level 3 vinyl. I wonder how many upgrades there are, because eventually it's not like you're gonna keep, you know, that bar getting filled for eternity. Eventually the upgrades will stop. Well, the unlocks, I mean, because, you know, there are multiple. Oh, Jose is back here.
Check it out. Jose is the best, and you, well, you're with the rest.
I don't know what he said at the end, but yeah, this guy is talking shit on a Volkswagen Golf. I couldn't imagine being him. Well, not like I can talk with the car I have, but at least I don't talk shit first. I simply... Wait, this is a 1v1? It is a 1v1. So this is the first 1v1 in the game. Okay, well that makes things a little bit more interesting. So this is against Jose exclusively. Alright, well that's what I'm talking about. If you're gonna be having characters that are supposedly important, at least make the race exclusively a 1v1 against them. And yeah, this is exactly that. Okay, that's a step forward, without a doubt. No, I don't expect the race to be much harder than a regular race, but at least narratively this makes sense, you know? Like, this guy has some beef with me for whatever reason, I don't really know why, but... Especially, wasn't this guy supposed to be my homie? This was the guy that said welcome to the streets. Maybe he said it ironically. Could be... Oh, he got fucked. Or did he? Well, he's only 4 seconds behind, but... Feels like he's even further. He's saying you're not the best, and Jose is. Yeah, he's shit talking. Yeah, that part I know. Yeah, at least here it's a personal beef, so we are ducking it out against each other, I guess. Though it's a one-sided beef, like, you know, I have nothing against you, Jose. Or maybe he got offended because I called him Chicano on yesterday's stream. I mean, I don't think that's supposed to be offensive, is it? That's the word that Americans use. Oh, that's what happened. It's the same thing that happened in that other race. He basically takes an inexistent shortcut. He takes a shortcut that leads nowhere. A nice AI, very good AI, I gotta say. World-class AI. Oh, what the hell? Do you see how fast he entered that corner in the minimap? Are you rubber banding Jose? That would be a problem. Well, no, it really wouldn't be a problem. I mean, you're not gonna win no matter what you do, so... yeah, I think we're fine. Well, I don't know, dude. You shouldn't have talked shit if you're gonna be doing that. Yeah, at least the inclusion of a 1v1 is a step forward. That's for sure. The inclusion of 1v1s is a step forward, but the AI is not really getting better, that's for sure. I know that technically we are still not halfway through the game, but so far the only... yeah, exactly, I was about to say.
Yo, Lucky, hope you're upgrading your ride. Eddie's posse's destroying the competition. You won't have a chance without some serious mods.
And Clutch is talking shit too. But yeah, I was about to say, the only place where the AI got stronger is in drag events. Everywhere else, it's the same as the beginning of the game, pretty much. So this is also a one... no, this one is not a 1v1, alright. Oh, is that an R87 on the other side? Though I think I already say the same thing before and it wasn't. Fuck, I pressed the wrong button. I press R1 instead of R2. Happens. That didn't work. Well, the good thing is that here, if I struggle too much with this... oh, wow. I can't believe I won that. Like, I was about to restart. Holy shit, I'm glad I kept going. That was quite a race. All of them got fucked. All of them, without exception. Him. Yeah, I don't know, Clutch, you probably should not have talked shit. Yeah, that R88, I think that was the car. That was a pretty cool race. As much as I don't like the drag racing so far, that was, as people will say nowadays, that was cinema. That was very good. Yeah. A blue light special.
Feel like winning a race? Good. Do it, and I've got a cool part for you.
So why does it give me the option to decline? I'm not sure. Like, why would I want to decline? Like, it's weird. Yeah, I guess you can decline if you don't want to. But why wouldn't you want essentially a free upgrade? Like, are you scared of losing? Unless you cannot retry. That will be interesting. I mean, so far all of these time trials I beat them on the first try, but what if I don't? What if I actually cannot beat them on the first try? Will it let me retry, or is that upgrade gone forever? Well, we will see. I hope I win, obviously. Ah, shit. Well, not if I do that, that's for sure. Yeah, that's a problem. Well, not like the corner that came afterwards was much easier anyways. But yeah, I think I'm not gonna be winning like this. And to mention the finish line is still pretty far away. Well, if I'm not allowed to restart, well, first of all, I don't see why I wouldn't be allowed to restart. But the point is that if I wasn't, I could simply reload the save, you know. I mean, that's something that you could do in an actual PS2. Like, the moment you lose, you turn the console off and you turn it on again, and that's it. Easy. Some people will call that save scumming, but I mean, you're the one that paid for the memory card, you know. You can use it however you want. It's gonna be close, but I don't think it will be enough. No, it won't. Yeah, I think... No, but you are allowed to restart. So yeah, I don't know why they make such a big deal of these events, like it's a one-in-a-lifetime thing when you can treat it like any other event. Yeah, let's try not crashing this time if it's possible. Will be nice. So what was the corner? Was it this one here? I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this one. And yeah, it's because I got confused by the shortcut. Like, the shortcut didn't make it look like it was clear where to go. It tends to happen, especially a shortcut like that one that looks like it's part of the normal path as well. That's also close. I think I am ahead of what I was last time, but we will see. Yeah, this should be enough, I wanna believe. In fact, it should be enough even without using the nitro. Yeah, it is. Alright, I was promised an upgrade. Nice way to park. Very nice. Alright, so what do you have for me, Sammy? Sorry, your name is Samantha, but can I call you Sammy? I mean, Samantha is a pretty long name.
Slap one of these bad boys on your car and you'll get noticed.
These are basically wheels. I'm not even sure which one I'm using right now, you know? At least you can... Yeah, this is what I want, to see the whole thing. See which one will look better. But you're gonna change the camera every time, god damn it. This one doesn't look bad to me. What about this? I think I prefer that one, that Livia. It looks cool. Yeah, sure. Give it to me. Graphics are really good for a PS2 game. Looks more like a PS3 game. Well, that's because of the texture upscaling. Like, any game on this emulator is gonna look like that. You know? Card performance, this, card performance, that. Okay, you want me to upgrade performance. Oh, now I have a 3 of reputation because of that thing that I installed. Wait, this one, pro performance. Yeah, I'm still staying with Jackson Racing, of course. Here we stay with this. And then brake kits. Oh yeah, this one. Okay. So are you happy now or what? Colors don't look washed out like PS2 games usually. Yeah, I guess you can say that. I guess that depends more on the developer. I guess here the developers didn't want to have much blur. You can still see that specifically the light effects have blur. But yeah, that seems to be like the only thing that has excessive blur. Everything else looks very vibrant, yeah. It definitely looks cool, especially it looks shiny. That's the nice thing about it. Also, are those two girl twins or what? They look exactly the same. Oh shit, that was close. It looks nice. Just a little bit of a shame that it's 30 frames per second instead of 60. But it's fine. Well, all that and the fact that there is no widescreen. But yeah. Maybe Underground 2 has both, or maybe not, I don't know. Underground 2 released a year after this one, and the same year that Burnout 3 released, so maybe that game has both of those things, which will be pretty cool. Indeed. Fucking traffic car getting in the way. Yeah, there is a patch for 60 frames per second, but I don't like using unofficial patches. I don't like using mods in general. The only exception that I am willing to do, that I constantly use, is texture upscaling, and simply because, as I keep saying, it's impossible for me to use a display of the era. Like, I'm using a modern monitor, so to see it on the original resolution on a modern monitor is not gonna look good. But it's not gonna look good not because it didn't look good, but because it's simply not made for it. But yeah, in terms of 60 frames per second, it's something that, you know, that yes, you can say that it's because the PS2 was not that powerful and shit, but it's like it will still probably get in the way of the original feel of the game, you know? Yeah, there's also a widescreen patch. Like, if you want to play in 16:9 aspect ratio, you can. But as I say, those are the kind of things that I rather play the original way. You know, if we're being technical, the Burnout games, I technically use a widescreen patch there, but I use it because the way to do widescreen in those games is to enter the BIOS on the PS2 and set widescreen from there. And since that's a pain in the ass to do, I decided to simply use the patch. But I use the patch because the game normally does support it. It's just that it's easier to use the patch than using the BIOS configuration, right? But here the patch is kind of like fan fiction, in the sense that the original game had no way to run at 60 frames per second or to run at widescreen resolution, so it's not the way that was intended by the developer. Well, the developer also didn't intend this game to be played in a in a modern computer using a modern monitor and a PS5 controller. That's also true, but yeah. There is essentially a certain degree to how I want to like customize my experience, you know. And I try to make it as original as possible. So yeah, if this game ran at 30 frames per second on original hardware, then that's what I'm gonna run it at. Well, not to mention that maybe the patch is well done, but installing a patch that affects the frame rate is something that could very easily make you like glitch the game, because you are actively affecting the way the game works. Like frame rate is obviously gonna be tied to the game logic. Well, when I say that, I specifically mean that yes, the patch most likely takes it into account so that you don't simply run the game at twice the speed. But the point is that there could be other calculations that depend on frame rate that maybe the author of the patch didn't take into account, and it completely borks the experience, you know? But yeah, I personally prefer going as vanilla as possible, and that's also another reason why I don't mind using texture upscaling, because I'm pretty sure that every single game does not, you know, does not get affected by upscaling the textures. Like, it's simply a visual change. Maybe there is one game that somehow has the game logic tied to explicitly checking textures, but for the most part, like, what a game checks is like, you know, hitboxes that have, you know, a texture attached to it, but they pay attention to the hitbox, not to the texture. The texture is purely visual. But hey, you never know, maybe there is one PS2 game or any console game maybe that actually uses textures as a way to calculate the game logic. I heavily doubt it though, because there is no reason to do that. Yeah. That's essentially my logic behind my decisions when it comes to how I emulate games. Well, and this is obviously, I don't think it's necessary to say, you know, about things like save states. Save states are obviously something that in a playthrough I have, you know, like, using it will be completely defeating the purpose of playing the game, you know? Like, at that point, you're just playing like your own version of the game with customized checkpoints. Yeah. I do have one exception for save states, and it's, well, actually two exceptions. The first one is if it will mimic leaving the console on in a place that you wouldn't lose any progress for leaving it on. There are not many games that require something like that, because most games you can simply save to the memory card and that's it. But some games are so poorly designed that they are so long and they don't have any way to save that progress, that the only way will be to leave the console on. So in those cases, yeah, I don't mind using save state. And the other exception is in games where there is a challenge that is so hard that to beat it I will need to practice in a way that practicing normally wouldn't be easy. And the best example I have of that is Ridge Racer 64. The race against the Screaming Eagle, which is like one of the fastest cars in the game, essentially there is only one point in the whole race where it matters what you do. Like, the rest of the race is essentially a glorified time trial, but there is one point on the race that you have to do something very specific. And in order to practice that specific stuff, I use save states. Obviously, when I beat it like the whole thing. But yeah. And that is something that a lot of people, like, that's a little bit too much for some people, and that's understandable. Wait, why are these assholes getting knocked out? What the hell? How can you even get knocked out in a normal race? Oh, sorry, this is not a normal race, this is an elimination event. Okay, my bad, I'm the moron here. Anyways, I was about to say that, yeah, those are the kind of things that, like, the only exceptions where I use save states. But aside from that, if I'm actually playing the game, like in the middle of the playthrough, wow, what the hell? How did that happen? Whatever. In the middle of a playthrough, I will never use a save state. Like, as I'm playing, no. So yeah, essentially, those are my two exceptions. Like, leaving the console running or practice. Those are the only two. Well, and practicing is something that, well, I gave the example of Ridge Racer 64, but it's mostly used for shoot 'em ups. Shoot 'em ups are so fucked up, well, some of them, that if you don't use save states to practice, you're not gonna do shit. Like, there are some arcade shoot 'em ups that, if they were played the intended way, like in an actual arcade using credits, I'm pretty sure that like only one person in the whole world will be able to beat them. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the actual case, you know. Also, they increased the minimum value here that you need to combo, well, to get the multiplier. So I guess the drift events got slightly harder, but yeah, very slightly, because if the opponents still have, you know, low score, it's the same as nothing, you know. It's not gonna make any damn difference. Damn it, that was bad. So, you know, speaking of Ridge Racer, I was thinking about how, like, Burnout 3 completely mocks this game, but I feel like if we're talking about racing games in the PS2, Ridge Racer 5, even with how extremely different from this game it is, because they are two completely different things. I mean, Ridge Racer has a very unique type of driving that almost no other game has, and it's also purely fictional, like you don't have real brands, right? And obviously the whole, you know, environment is different. Like here it's like street races and ghetto stuff and all of that, while Ridge Racer is a different thing. So even with all of those things being considered, I still think Ridge Racer 5 also mugs this game. Like, it might seem that I'm trying to talk a lot of shit about the game, but it's simply that I'm doing comparisons that I cannot avoid doing, like other PS2 racing games. Well, and that's without mentioning Gran Turismo. I think that Gran Turismo will be extremely far from consideration because it's in another universe altogether. Again, I put R1 instead of R2. Fuck. My bad. Though I will give credit about this game in something that not many games do, but this game does very well, which is when you restart, you immediately restart. Like, you don't have to eat the whole animation again, like the animation at the beginning. So that's absolutely great. And that was a clutch win. I didn't think I was gonna win, but I did. Not by a lot, by half a second, but I'll take it. I do find it pretty funny that I'm doing all of this with this car. I mean, not because of the car itself, but because I put so little effort to the customization that even though it obviously looks different from the original design, it still looks very bland. While everyone else like looks super cool and all of that shit. As I said, I'm less than forced to change the design. I'm gonna keep it as it is. I don't care how boring it looks. Something that at least I probably should add is a rear wing. Kinda looks a little bit ugly without one. Not to mention that every other car has a rear wing. It's whatever. I don't think I care enough. Besides, maybe another one of those random rewards that I'm gonna get is an actual rear wing. Cool wing. I also wonder how... Ouch. I fucked up. I wonder how the difficulty affects the races. Like, does the AI drive faster or what's the idea? I'm glad I didn't start rolling. That would have definitely costed me the race. So how did I crash against these two pillars on the previous lap? Am I dumb? I guess I am. Alright. Yeah, these guys have to step it up, honestly. But it seems like they won't. And right now, there's only a couple of events remaining until I can actually say we are halfway through the game. Like, technically the halfway point difference will be event 50 seats. Like, when you get to 50 seats, that's like when you get past the halfway point. And Jose once more. Well, why? I don't know why. That's what I mean. Some of these events have an audio message, and some other ones just have a description. It seems like a text description. It's a little bit weird. Whatever. Oh wow, damn, I demolished that guy so badly. Who say that this game didn't have takedowns? That was functionally a takedown. Looked pretty funny too. Pretty cool. So even though my full speed is definitely, you know, higher than before, it still feels that it's not by that much. I don't think I'm winning this one, unless he somehow crashes here, but he won't. Damn it. I don't know why that accident even happened, the one that made me lose the lead. But this guy's always gonna start like that. Kinda feels like it. Nice corner. Yeah, I don't know exactly why that shunt ended up making me crash so badly. I feel like I did it like I always do it. I guess I didn't. This was definitely not the type of race that you will redo. Doesn't really have anything out of the ordinary. Oh, I'm pretty sure that car that I just unlocked It's the same one that you play with at the beginning. Like the one that is like, oh, that's your fantasy. I guess it's not a fantasy anymore, but I don't give a shit. I'm gonna stay with my Peugeot. Which, by the way, this Peugeot is the only French car in the game, isn't it? Isn't it? I mean, you don't have Renault, for example, and this is the only Peugeot in the game. I don't think there's any other French brand here, so I think that this is the only, like, the sole representative of France. And just like that. In places like this where the light reflection is so, you know, prominent, you look at the roof of the car and you see the reflection going at like 10 frames per second. I think 10 frames per second might be an exaggeration. That's way less than that. That's probably around 5 frames per second. Wouldn't be surprised. Probably 5 frames per second on like the reflection on the roof. Wow. Unfortunately, I didn't land well. Can you land, please? And it's still going. I don't think I'm recording from that. I guess you never know. I'm not recording from that. It's what I get for going on the oncoming lane. Really? So this was the place that I did that sham. Yeah, okay. Didn't happen this time at least. Well, a similar one thing happened. God damn it, dude. The traffic in this one is a little bit annoying, it seems. The traffic is actually not letting me be. Oof. The guy tried to take me down. So almost crash against the traffic ban. Seems like they are all getting fucked back there, so I think that I win this one. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, I almost booked too soon. Damn, how much was that? 0.18 seconds. Yeah, that's what I get for getting too cocky. But hey, it's fine. It's still got the victory at the end, so no problem. I almost didn't. Almost had to eat my words. Okay. What else do we have? Another drag race.
There's a reporter taking pics for Turbo and High Tech Performance. Win this race and you'll get on their cover.
Another magazine. So essentially this event marks like the halfway point of the game. So after this, I think that if the difficulty of the races remain the same, I'm not sure what to think of it. Well, the ones that definitely will be hard no matter what are the drag races. Didn't mean to do that. And the issue is that the line switching is a little bit shank when you have lanes that go to the other side of a wall instead of being lanes that you can freely go left and right. I don't think I'm winning this one. No, in fact, yeah, I got last place. Damn. That was pretty bad. I guess I didn't get in the magazine. It's fine. The guys at the magazine don't mind doing another attempt. I did that terribly. Nah. Fuck, dude. Well, at least we can say that the drag events are indeed quite a drag. And it will be correct. Oh, what the hell? That sucks. Should have instead those to the right, but I couldn't have calculated all of that shit, you know? I cannot predict the future, even though it will be pretty nice. I don't have such ability. Oh, what? Damn. What an asshole. Oh, that was a perfect shift, really. And that was an overrev. I think that you're a drunk game. None of them made any sense. Also, instead of looking at the tachometer, I could be looking at the dot in the middle of the screen that I'm pretty sure that that's the reason why it's there in the first place, you know? So you don't need to look at the tachometer and distract yourself. That one was close, unfortunately. No, but it's like you get so close to there anyways that that you cannot react to the dot in the middle getting green. It's not possible. This drag event sucks so much. I should have listened to Kyle's warning here. Like, unless you get lucky and they all crash like it already happened in one of the previous attempts, you're not gonna win when you're so far behind at the beginning. Like, these are essentially the equivalent of the crash events in Burnout. Events that basically have no business being there, but they are. And that when you see them, you just want them to be over so you can actually move on to a better event. It's whatever. Man. You can only overtake one, but not the other two. Okay, if this attempt doesn't work, I'm probably gonna use all of the upgrades that I have available. That doesn't count. Promise I really didn't want to. I guess that's just gonna make the already existing races a lot easier. I don't want that to be the case. When I say already existing races, I mean the regular races. They are gonna be a lot easier than they already are, and that's something that I don't want. Doesn't seem like I have a choice. Otherwise it seems that I'm not winning this one. Alright. I'd rather do that than getting stuck on this shitty ass drag event, so let me do that. Here. These are all the same one for whatever reason. No, these ones only affect handling, so I don't think that they will make a big difference when it comes to... Well, the nitro will make a difference, actually. Okay. Well, that's that. Yeah, I didn't want to do that, but this drag event is gonna take a half an hour at this rate. Well, doesn't mean that with these upgrades it's not gonna take half an hour, but at least the chances are better for me. But yeah, we will see how it goes. At least with the boosted nitro, like having level 2 nitro, it should probably be better to win this. Maybe. Yeah, okay, the traffic car moved when I did. So what, you wanted me to read his mind or what? Actually beat him at the very at the very last second. Yeah. I wish I didn't need to resort to the upgrades, but I guess I needed to. Okay. I might unlock a lot of shit apparently. But yeah. These are the only events that get harder the longer the game goes on. Every other event has pretty much been the same. Yeah, I installed a level 2 performance indeed. So, wait, what's this?
Wicked, dude. You got your ride onto Super Street.
Oh, so you get one magazine for installing all the upgrades and the other one for...
Nice job.
Yeah.
You're on the cover of Turbo and High Tech Performance.
How to get more than 500 horsepower? Is that how much power my thing has right now? Yeah. Seems a little bit crazy. Now we are officially past the halfway point of the game. Like, this is the second half of the game. So let's see if things get harder aside from drag events or not. I have my serious doubts about that. But hey, we will see. Actually pretty crazy to draw the parallel to the crash events in Burnout, because it really feels like that to me. Like events that are there and that sometimes you don't mind them, but if they were completely gone, they wouldn't really I wouldn't miss them, you know. I mean, it's essentially what happened with Burnout Dominator. It's the only Burnout game since Burnout 2 that does not have a single crash event. And the experience is certainly better. The only problem is that the tracks of that game are not very good, compared at least to the previous Burnout games. So yeah, I guess there had to be a trade-off somewhere. Maybe at some point in these drift events you will be expected to constantly have the multiplier maxed out or something, but for the time being that's clearly not the case. The PT Pablo car, what? I'm getting a lot of things that I'm not even bothering to check what they are. I don't need them, I think. I think I'm fine the way I am right now.
Oh, you think you got what it takes, huh? Think again, small time. 12 o'clock. Hey, what up?
Wait, didn't I already take the rank from this guy? Like, why do I have to take it again? Like, is he leveling? Is he ranking up just like me or what? PT Pablo is a rapper? I was actually thinking of... of the Disney character, Pete. You know, Mickey's nemesis, right? I was thinking of that Pete when I heard that name, or when I read that name. You know, that guy wasn't called Pablo, he was just called Pete. That's a pretty cool character, honestly. It's like the... I mean, it is the nemesis of Mickey, but it's like the perfect nemesis for him. It's a shame that Disney is not really doing many things with Mickey Mouse at all. I mean, I know that in the term of video games, they actually made a game that is supposed to be like a Mario Kart clone, but it didn't do very well because it was very pay to win. It's a typical live service game, so I think that nobody really liked it. Also, I think this is the first time that cars are showing up with neon lights. Like, some of these cars actually have neon lights on their bottom, which is, I cannot really say it's pretty cool, because I always thought that neon lights are ugly as shit. And if you're gonna be using neon lights, why do you put them on the bottom of the car? Why don't you put them on, like, on top of the body, right? I mean, that would probably look even uglier, but the thing is that I just think that it looks so stupid when I see neon lights on the bottom of a car. It's like it strips the car away from any elegance that it might have at some point. Like, it looks so trashy, right? That's the problem. You know what it looks like? It looks like a tattoo. I think it gives me the same rejection as a tattoo does. Wave to the guy that is... Damn. The game is encouraging me to be an asshole, like waving my rivals when they get eliminated. But at least they don't blow up in this game like they do in Burnout. Yeah, that was a very bad corner. Also, there is someone already at 20 seconds. I don't know what these guys are doing. To the point that it almost makes me think that, I don't know, the AI being so fucking dumb sometimes is an emulation error. It's hard to believe that they can be this dumb, you know? But apparently they are. They are just really dumb. The other corner is a problem no matter what. At least there are some times where you crash against a traffic car and you stay in place, you know. Like, it only slows you down, but it doesn't make you completely lose your direction, so that's cool, at least. It all depends on luck more than anything. So that's actually the first time in this race that I do that corner without kissing every wall available. It's pretty nice. That was okay. Yeah. So far I got the Mitsubishi Eclipse. So far the AI seems to not really change, and the whole point about the upgrades is that if they weren't there, I mean, obviously you wouldn't be getting faster and faster, sure, but the point is that it's not kind of like a matter.
Bro, I've had some good luck since you beat me. Nobody's been able to take me since. Don't take it too hard when you lose.
Yeah. Anyways, I was saying that it's just weird that they don't get applied automatically if you're eventually gonna be forced to use them anyway, so yeah. It's a little bit weird, like the progression system of the game. The way it works. I also don't really think I have anything else to comment about the game, you know? Like, there is nothing in particular that I can say that I haven't already said. Yeah. A little bit out of words. I could talk about something completely random, but not even sure what. Not like there's many interesting things going on anyways. Like, I already know that the next game that I will play after I eventually beat this one will be Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, and you know, as in what I'm doing outside of the streams, I think that the only important thing is that I'm working on my fan game, but it's still so far from completion that I also don't think it's worth talking about. I don't know. I could also simply remain silent, but that could probably be a little bit lame. You know, don't think I have anything to say. Yeah, the game definitely, I think that's part of the issue. At some point it feels like you're just doing the same shit over and over again, you know. I get that that's the point for a lot of these games, well, including like the biggest example being the PSP Ridge Racer games, which are games that I like but have the same issue as this game, that are pretty repetitive and, you know, and you constantly feel that you're doing you're doing the same thing over and over again. Then this will be pretty shitty if that makes me lose the race, and it probably will. That's the problem. Because there's only one lap remaining, and even though it's the beginning of the final lap, do I have enough time to catch them? I hate repetition. I think the problem in itself is not only repetition, because as I say, you know, the PSP Ridge Racer games are extremely repetitive, but the difference is that in those games, the game constantly gets harder. Well, fuck, ooh, nah, damn it, fuck off, damn it, dude. This is a 4-lap race. Having to redo this is gonna suck so much. Fuck you. Well, anyways, I was about to say that at least in the PSP Ridge Racer games the difficulty kept getting higher, but in this game it just seems like you should keep doing the same shit all over again, you know? Like the AI doesn't really get smarter at all. It only gets tougher on the drag events. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this game started as a game that it's exclusively for drag races, and then they just put everything else later on. Is that what you meant by the second half of Ridge Racer on PSP? Maybe. Well, the first half, I don't know if it's specifically half and half. I think it is, but yes, essentially in the beginning of the PSP games, unless you are like, I don't know, an extremely old or extremely young person that barely knows how to play video games, you will beat your rivals by like half a minute. Like there is absolutely no challenge in the first half of the PSP games. The second half, the cars start doing rubber banding to actually constantly be close to you, so in like the beginning of the first half you're supposed to be careful not to make mistakes because you can easily lose, and on the like final half of the second half, like at the end of the game, you essentially have to drive very specifically to not lose because the cars are constantly next to you. Like and in the first PSP game, you can actually see the rubber band physically. Like it's not just that you are imagining they are rubber banding, like you can see them rubber band with your own eyes. Because the rubber banding is so poorly executed, you can see the shittering on the cars when they are next to you. Like when you're about to overtake them, so like they stay like on par of you with a very awkward shittering. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, essentially they rubber band so much that you're supposed to play in a very specific way if you wanna win. It's not that hard though. Like I'm mentioning the rubber banding simply because it looks silly, but it's not extremely hard to win. But it does require to play like to be focused. Like you cannot just simply casually drive like in the first half of the game. Like you're supposed to actually pay attention, you know. The first half of the PSP games is very boring. But not to mention slow as well, because you're driving slow cars. So on top of being easy, it's slow, so it's kind of a snooze fest. I think at least it makes it worth it at the end. Like you endure all that easy shit, so at the end you actually have challenging races and fast cars, and that feels pretty good. But yeah, it's still, well, I still think that it's a better thing than this game, because, well, maybe at the end it will be worth it. Like the events that appear at the end of the game will actually be pretty cool to drive on, but I have my doubts. Also, I can't believe that I lost the race in the previous attempt simply because I kept taking the left side of this split path instead of the right one, which is clearly easier. That was the mistake, like, essentially. Like, it wasn't the AI suddenly getting faster, no, it's just me being dumb. It's a skill issue. But yeah, I don't know, so far it's not looking like it. Like, aside from the drag events, it doesn't seem like you need to do anything out of the ordinary. So it's a little bit weird, because on one hand, like...
Wicked, dude, you got your ride on Super Street.
On one hand, you kinda feel like the drag events are annoying because a lot of times they require a lot of retries. But at the end of the day, if you think about it hard enough, they are the only events that provide a challenge, because everything else, unless you yourself make a lot of mistakes as you're playing badly, you are not gonna lose any of the other events. Well, I say you, I probably shouldn't say you, because this might be different for everyone, and maybe some people actually think these events are very hard to win. It's possible, you know, like not everyone has the same practice with racing games, I guess. But when it comes to me, any event that is not a drag race, unless I heavily fuck up, there is no way I can lose. Like, I simply am unable to. And the issue is that even though there are many combinations of tracks in this city, it's the same location. It's not like you're going to completely different tracks. Like, it's the same location with different variants, and these different variants really add to the, despite being different, they add to the repetitiveness of feeling like you're doing the same event over and over again, you know? So yeah, that's the problem I have with this game. Well, not to mention that some races are also very long, and for not much of a reason, guys. If they were 1 lap long or 8 laps long, it doesn't make a difference. Because if you fuck up on the final lap, you're gonna lose, regardless of the length of the race. But essentially, that's what what I think. And ironically, you know how the game is presented as the Acura that you drive at the beginning to be like a big motivator, because it's like it drives very differently from the car you're using, but at some point after a couple of performance upgrades, your car feels pretty similar to that one, you know? So it's not like you really have the motivation to reach that far, you know? You feel like you're already there, like even when you're not supposed to be already there. So basically what I'm saying is that it's whatever, you know? But I've been told this already. I'm pretty sure there was one person that warned me about Need for Speed Underground, the first one, about being very dense to go through. And it's right, like they are right. It is a very dense game. But it's whatever. I mean, not the first one that I play like this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that when people talk about him, why are these events giving me so many credits? This is like double the amount they usually give. Alright. Anyways, I was about to say that kinda forgot. Oh yeah, that when people talk about Need for Speed Underground, they are most likely talking about the second one. Also, we have a Peugeot 200 sits here with my same color and my same, well, he has like a vinyl on the side and he also has a rear wing, but aside from that, looks extremely similar to mine. Yeah, at the same time, the description of the event mentioned that these were gonna be hot hatch. So yeah, essentially all of the starting cars. What the game doesn't know is that I'm still using a starting car, so to me, it doesn't make any difference to be paired against these opponents. Yeah, I'm essentially, I feel at home, if anything. Well, another thing is that the driving doesn't really feel anything out of the ordinary. Like, well, I know that you're probably tired at this point that I compare this game to Burnout so much, but the driving of Burnout completely mocks this one. And I'm not just talking about Burnout 3, even the driving in Burnout 2 is better than the driving here. I cannot say that it's bad driving, but it's also painfully generic, you know? Not to mention that if it is true that there is no difference between each car, it's even worse, because you're gonna have the same experience with any of the cars, right? It is what it is. Could be better, could be worse. Yeah. I guess if anything, this will make me look forward to Underground 2 even more. Because if everyone is, you know, saying so many good things about that game.
Nice ride, Lucky. I'll be checking it out in my rear view.
And this asshole is gonna use neon lights now. Yeah, surely they are gonna make you go faster. What a moron. But yeah, regardless, this is a drag race event, so it will probably be hard to win no matter what. That's 2 over revs in a row. Did I win? Oh, I did win, damn. Alright. I like winning these races at the very end. Oh, not to mention that it was against Clutch. So you can see that was indeed pretty clutch. It also unlocked neon lights. Yeah, I don't think I need them. I mean, with all your neon lights Clutch, you still got your ass kicked, so I don't know. Maybe you need to make them brighter next time. That will probably give you a little bit more horsepower. Then we have another drag event, and this one is for claiming 6th place. Alright, sure. I guess. Come on, bring it on. You know, that was bad. That was pretty bad. In fact, the first place is so far away. Holy shit. It seems that this race also has no traffic. So you cannot even rely on the RNG of the traffic, huh? Like, you're either winning by being faster or you're getting fucked. So there is a Nissan Seal. That is the one that is winning here. Like, that's a car that hasn't shown up before, I'm pretty sure. But it's not the only one. The other car is also going extremely fast. And yes, there is indeed no traffic, so you either are faster than them or you are not winning this. I don't think I'm gonna be fast enough for this, and I don't think there are any upgrades available, performance ones, so yeah, not yet. So can you leave that one for later? I mean, I saw another event, yeah, a drift event. So is it possible to just leave this one there? I will have... What did he say? I don't know, dude, turn up your volume. I can't hear what you say. It's probably not important anyways. Something tells me that once you beat this event, the only one that's gonna be available is that other one, and if I cannot beat that there, that will be an issue. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. The Nissan 350 Seal. That's the one car that showed up in that drag event, and I'm pretty sure for the first time. So I guess that will be the new fastest opponent, maybe. Perhaps. You know what? I was never a big fan of that car. I always thought that car looked like shit, at least for a Nissan. It just looks so ugly to me. Like, I cannot look at it and be like, oh, what a nice looking car, because it isn't. It isn't a nice looking car, especially compared to the Skyline. It's like it's day and night. I think the only reason why it's popular is probably because of Fast and Furious, right? Well, or maybe because it's also very affordable, at least back then. I don't know. All I know is that I never liked the way it looked. I always thought it looked ugly. Well, that was very bad. The only thing looking ugly right now though is my driving. Come on. Can do way better than that. Ooh, almost crashed there. We have completely lost all that score so easily. As easily as I got it, basically. Well, at least I won this one, but yeah, the drag event, I don't know how I'm gonna win it. Doesn't seem to be very possible. But I unlocked the Toyota Supra, pretty cool. So maybe for the drag races I might need to change the car. Because I cannot imagine being intended to win it under these conditions, but according to the game, every car has the same stats, and yeah, I cannot pick any other one other than this one. Well, I'll try again, but the previous attempt did not look beatable to me. So I don't know. I don't know what I can do since there are no performance upgrades available. Maybe I have to change the time where I use the nitro. At the same time, I'm also fucking up here by not doing the shifts properly. You know, it doesn't seem like I'm even close, like I'm being left behind like it's nothing. And what's pretty close is that I cannot do the shift wrong. I'm already struggling as it is. Doing the shift wrong will be completely useless. Those two guys seem to be in their own race here. Guess I'm gonna try one more time, but what, do I need to switch the car or what? What's the idea here? I fucked that up. Hold up. I want to at least get one attempt where at least almost all of my shifts are perfect. Because without that I cannot really know if I can do this or not. That doesn't make any sense. That one wasn't another rev. I was on the green, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't seem to make any sense, but nope, that's not gonna work. Well, so what, do I change the car or what miracle am I supposed to pull off here? It's just that according to the game itself, the stats are the same no matter what you switch to. So unless that's a lie, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is, for some reason some cars love lying. Some games love lying about the stats, but if you look at this, the stats on the bottom are the exact same. So I don't know about that. Yeah, not to mention I don't feel like changing my car, but the thing is that when it comes to performance, there is no upgrade available. You know, I still don't have them available. So, well, not to mention you also cannot really change the ones you have in case another one was better, I guess. So, what do I do? I'm not sure, like this one doesn't seem winnable. Well, I could lower the difficulty, but you know that's not something I'm willing to do. But it doesn't seem beatable right now. And yeah, with the fact that there is no traffic, it's precisely the one thing that makes it impossible to win by not being faster. That was a very good start from me, but apparently also not close to enough. Huh. Cool. Pretty nice. Damn. But I'm assuming they wouldn't make it impossible to win, right? Hey, there is no way. If I could catch his draft, maybe I could reach the other guy, or maybe not. I'll keep trying though. Not like I have any other choice anyways. I should have also blocked him when I had that super good start. I should have done that. And I didn't, because I guess I'm a moron. The problem is that you can block one of them, but not the other one. Well, the good thing here is that you can look back without the fear that you're gonna crash any traffic, since there is none. Yeah, I don't know about this. It's not looking doable. It's very hard to get a perfect start in the first place. I guess maybe this will be easier with an actual PS2 controller with analog buttons, but with binary buttons like modern controllers have, I guess not. I don't think that activating the nitro on the second gear will help, right? Maybe it will. Damn. I fucked up there. Just I was paying so much attention to vlog that I wasn't paying attention to the tachometer. Well, full on blocking here, I guess. No. Damn. Can't believe I actually got it. But that was so fucked up, dude. Like, that was legitimately hard to do. Like, to the point that it feels like it wasn't intended to be that hard. It's pretty clear that the drag events in this game are simply in another level, and this is a problem. Because this sets a precedent for the next events to be even more fucked up than this. Damn. Yes, I know that I could simply play on the easier difficulty, but I feel like that will be an equivalent to giving up, you know? Like, at that point, if I play normal or easy, it's the same as saying, no, I give up, you know? And I don't want to give up, you know? I want to win. If that's an early taste to how fucked up drag events can get, I don't know what to think. Let's just think that that one in particular was fucked up, and surely it's not gonna be more fucked up than that, right? Surely. Ah, shit. Well, judging by what the people that came to the chat yesterday said, as I mentioned before, the drag events on like the number 90 or whatever are gonna be very fucked up. So I cannot really say I look forward to them because I certainly don't. But it's also possible, like, that event was very special because there was no traffic. Even the event description said that there was no traffic, so that's maybe the one thing that gives me hope that most of the future drag events are not gonna be that hard. Because if they have traffic, at least you have an RNG factor that even when your car is so much slower than the other ones, you can still win, you know? Wait, is this gonna be enough to win? These guys are getting pretty close. Nah, it should be fine. Wait, wasn't that the final lap? Holy shit, this is long. I mean, from the layout alone, this looked like a very long event, but then it's gonna be even longer than I initially expected. I mean, it's 4 laps. Well, all of the drift events are 4 laps, so 4 laps in a very like big track. It would be nice at least if they adapted the number of laps according to how long the track is, but I guess they already decided that the standard for drift events is 4 laps no matter what. Don't know why, but I guess they really like the number 4. Doesn't matter how many laps you do, cause I'll still win. But yeah, it's only the drag events, the ones that are an issue. Nothing else. It's just the drag events. When you see a drag event, you know it will drag on for quite long. So yeah, everything else should be more than fine. Alright, we got a tournament. I'm assuming that this tournament will normally require you to install all of the performance upgrades available. I already had to because of the other drag event before. Like not the previous one, but like 3 events ago or something. That was close. So, considering that I actually used performance upgrades before it was, like, you know, it was forced on me to be able to win the drag events, I probably should actually upgrade the look of my car, you know. That would probably be a good idea. Since we already did unnecessary shit, we might as well go all the way with the unnecessary shit. I will argue that for the drag events it wasn't particularly unnecessary, you know. Train winning. Oh, what the hell? That was bullshit. Did you see that movement that he did? Like, he just rocketed completely out of the path and still won. Like, that didn't, like that was not a crash. Damn. Alright. Sure. Whatever you say. That's a very weird way to overtake. So this is essentially the corner that costed me the previous attempt. It seems that this is the exact same situation. This guy behind me is doing some very weird shit. Like, that movement that he's doing is not natural at all. I have no clue what he's doing, but whatever. Maybe I can obliterate you right now. Maybe like it won't help for the rest of the race, but just taking you out will at least make me feel good. Probably. what an asshole. Unfortunately, oh, that's, I think, a different car at least. It's not the green one. I don't know if that's gonna make any difference though. Are you gonna do that weird shit that the other guy was doing, or? Yeah, for sure. Okay, you're seeing this, right? Like, I'm not going crazy while I ended up crashing. So these guys are shamelessly rubber banding at the end, but in a very silly way, like they are not even dissimulating. Nice. Okay, well, I guess now the regular races will get harder. It's just that if that's your way of making them harder, like give them an unreasonable boost at the end, I don't know about that. I mean, like, you could easily see that they were... It's like they were possessed by something. Damn. Don't know what to say. Well, I guess that at least will make the races a little bit more interesting, but see, that's not really the case, because the race itself is the same thing. The only thing that changes is apparently that the ending will have these guys doing these weird ass movements. So essentially you drive the whole race the same as you always did, but when the ending comes, though, I mean, it's not like these guys are only rubber banding now. Like, just like most arcade racing games, these guys are constantly doing it. But that one at least did not look good. You can make rubber banding at least look normal, but that one did not look normal. Alright, so are you gonna do it again? Well, this guy at least it's closer. But yeah, like those... Oh man. This is gonna suck balls. It really will. Okay, I guess the traffic is gonna keep steering on me. Cool, that's pretty nice too. Pretty cool, I guess. Well, one thing I'll tell you is that this tournament will be the last thing I will do today. Because I think I did enough for one day. Let's see if the same thing repeats again. I hope not, but I think that everything might point to that. I'm gonna try using all the nitro I have, but you can tell in the minimap that like that speed boost is like, look at that, dude. I think that was a pretty funny ending. I think I won. I didn't win? What? I was clearly ahead. I don't believe that. So this is what we're gonna be dealing with right now, huh? Pretty cool, pretty nice. Damn. You could maybe say that if I, instead of looking back, I was looking forward, maybe I would have won that, but I'm pretty sure that if I didn't attempt to block, he would have overtaken anyways. Though I still think I got completely scammed. There is no way he finished ahead of me. I mean, it's hard to tell, especially from that camera, but from that camera and judging that the ending involves both of us spinning, it's pretty hard to tell from outside. I don't know, dude. I don't think I lost that race. But then, seems that since the previous drag race, seems that now the difficulty will sharply rise. I guess. It was kind of what I was looking for, but just that this way of making the cars rubber band so badly at the end is not really what I was looking for. I'm gonna try not to look behind this time, but I promise you it won't matter. Well, I guess it did matter. Okay, well, I win, but damn, that's very messed up. These are all the same car, by the way. Did this thing show up before, this 248? Like, what car is it even supposed to be? Like, what brand? Want to see them again. Come on, show me. Wait, are you telling me these are all the same car? There is no way these are all the same car. Are you out of your mind? Are they that heavily customized that they all look so different? That's crazy. I mean, they are all the same car. You can see on the top right that they all say 240 SX. I mean, I look at this car right here, and my first thought will be that it's an RX-7. You know, like a Mazda RX-7. It isn't. Clearly it isn't. So, what car is it? And why am I racing against 3 of them at the same time? 240. No, by the number I won't be able to know which one it is. And the problem is that each one of these looks like a completely different car, you know? So I don't think I can also pay attention to the way they look. Didn't take the shotgun. Ah, for fuck's sake. That's an interesting interaction, but okay. I ended up landing, that's something. Now the first place seems to be not so far, but if he rubber bands at the end like in the previous race, I don't know. I don't know if he did it because I didn't look back, but he probably did something similar. Well, it seems that I won't struggle as much as with the first race, so that's good. But yeah, I think that suddenly the game took a pretty weird turn. That it went from being extremely easy to extremely hard. Okay, it's a Nissan, pretty clearly. Like you could see the Nissan logo on the black and red car. Like I'm pretty sure that's the Nissan logo. So I guess that's a Nissan. All right. But then it's crazy how the customization makes all of them look like a completely different car. But see, that's the thing. If I customize my car a lot, I could probably make it not look like a 200 seats, but why would I want to do that? Like, I like the way the Peugeot 200 seats look. In fact, that's the main reason why I picked it. So why would I want to make him look like something else, right? Don't think I should. Okay. I don't think. Oh, okay. Well, I got. I guess I got lucky and unlucky at the same time. Alright. There is this guy behind. Oh no, dude, man, the traffic cars are owning me so badly right now. Well, even if I lose this, it shouldn't matter, because I mean, I still won 2 races, so. Well, I did win that one. Barely, but I did. Okay. Yeah, by 0.01. Probably the lowest possible difference. And that's that, yeah. So this unlocks the next set of upgrades. Okay, so I think that this is the perfect place to stop for me. I think that already did a lot of things today, so I guess we'll just be continuing next stream. What's the current? Okay, 67, and the next race is a sprint race, so I don't see any issues with that. So with that, we're just leaving it here, and well, we will see, because it seems that the difficulty is increasing, so we will see how doable the next events are gonna be. I don't know if I should say I'm looking forward to them or not, but hey, as long as it breaks with the monotony of, you know, winning everything for free, I guess it might be for the better. Anyways, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more of this, so have a good one and take care.